Today in Media, the show where we talk about the 5 hottest takes in the media going on. I'm your co-host, Julia Nista.
I'm Sagar and Jetty. Thank you guys for having me back.
Absolutely. Who's going to take the top spot today? Will it be Brian Fallon? Will it be MSNBC? Who knows? Starting off at number 5 today, we have a CNN clip where Chris Cuomo decides that the polls kind of played him.
Right, exactly. The exact same polls that all said that President Trump was going to lose last fall.
Look, you know that's a specious argument. The polls weren't wrong.
So that's going to be the baseless argument that Chris Cuomo talks about? What do you think about that?
Yeah. I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, this is again and again and again. There's this instinct within the media to say, no, we didn't get it wrong. The fact is they got it dead wrong. Every single analyst on CNN on election night was talking about, I mean, not just CNN, every network, right, was talking about how the polls said that Trump had no chance, et cetera, et cetera. And this is just face-saving behavior by Chris Cuomo. It's absolutely within his nature, and he does it all the time.
Exactly, he does, and he's refusing to talk about the fact that the Electoral College is what got Trump in the first place. That's what really mattered. Sure, the popular vote went with the rest of the polls, but they were dead wrong on how Trump got elected. So I think that's a problem.
It's stupidity. It's just Chris Cuomo trying to say, no, we actually didn't get it wrong, but it's like, no, you guys, you got it wrong. Just admit it. It's fine.
Right, and speaking of things that people continue to get wrong, on MSNBC, a guest decided to say that Trump is not a complete man.
Joe, from these tweets that you're just reading, from the tweets of the past week, taking on a war widow, is further evidence of the sad, sad fact that the President of the United States is not a complete man. He is not a whole individual, W-H-O-L-E, whole individual.
Yeah, I particularly like that clip because Mike didn't tell you that he was fired from the Boston Globe in 1998 for plagiarism. Before Morning Joe, Mike Barnacle's main contribution to the American media was his scandal for being a plagiarist. So I'm like, dude, spare us your sanctimony. Spare us your, he is not a whole and complete man. This is just classic BS.
Exactly. Yeah. The only sad fact about all of this is that Mike Barnacle can do nothing except for create ad hominem attacks because he has no logical basis. Really, that's the only thing that I can point out here.
Foolish.
It really is. So Mike Barnacle, can you stop being a barnacle on the face of the media and do something real for
That's really
once?
not, it's like not good television. I don't know who wants to wake up and like watch Mike Barnacle give us moral lessons on character.
I don't know, maybe that's why they're hosting him, because they can't find anyone else.
All right, what's next?
But next we have the media is fawning over Bob Corker's recent statements about Trump.
Yeah.
What I want to do is get our folks here to cue up some of this Bob Corker sound that we just heard, because I do think it's worth replaying and making sure that we underscore just how
remarkable interview.
Remarkable.
And no question about it. I feel like I've used the word stunned too much, John.
This seems to reach a new level now with your interview.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about this idiocy amongst a lot of these people is they're like, oh my God, Jeff Flake and Bob Corker, their speeches, absolutely historic, absolutely remarkable. These people can't tell you a damn thing about Senate history. They don't actually know anything. They've been covering politics for like 4 years. So yeah, I guess it is remarkable to them. But if you look at it, senators breaking with the president of their own party is not remarkable whatsoever. It's only because it's Trump that they think it's crazy.
Exactly. My favorite part about all of this is that they're holding on so deeply to the divide of the Republican Party and the Republicans versus a Republican president, and yet they're not going to talk about anything when it comes to the Democrats. Like, where's Nancy Pelosi right now in the media? She got maybe 2 seconds of coverage, and yet they're not going to talk about her and everyone wanting to oust her as a House Minority Leader. Yeah. That's what's crazy to me.
Like, inter-democratic conflict, the way these guys talk about it, they're like, oh, this is like after an election, it's really common, but they're like, oh my God, Bob Corker breaks with Trump, bro! And it's just like, guys, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's actually, it blows my mind.
It really does.
When you were a kid, and when you're sitting at home, you're like, wow, these people get paid a lot of money to like get up there and like they're real experts. No, they're actually idiots.
Exactly. That's what I thought too. I was like, wow, these guys don't know what they're talking about. They're on there, they're on TV, and really they're just hiring talking heads. Air balloon up there. There's nothing going on. Anyway, that brings us to number 2, which recently big news came out about the Trump dossier, saying that saying that Clinton and the DNC we were behind funding for the Trump dossier coming out, and we have a clip about that.
As I said, this is how opposition research works. It wouldn't be a surprise to anyone that the DNC and the Clinton campaign were funding this. It contained allegations about their opponent in this. So it is just, it's a kind of a Trump dream talking point now, frankly, that has been made worse by sort of the mystery and the secrecy around that. I don't think anyone close to the Clinton campaign is that surprised about that they've created sort of a problem out of something that didn't have to be a problem. But it doesn't change the fact of the matter that what is important here and what we should be focusing on is not even this dossier in particular, but what were the campaign's connections to Russia. We still don't have disclosure to that. We know that it seems to be tightening around Paul Manafort about some other people close to the campaign. Frankly, that's what I'm most interested in. I think that's what most journalists are interested in, is how far these connections go between Russia.
You don't think anyone around the Clinton campaign is surprised that anyone decided to do this? That just debases the whole Clinton campaign at first. And then to say all these things is a complete smokescreen. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the fact that Stephanie Ruhle let this guest spout this junk for, what, I think over a minute, just shows you that think about the way that they interview Republicans. If they say one thing, which the CBO has decided to fact check, they will immediately interrupt that person. This person is given, airtime to millions and millions of people to spew complete nonsense. It's not standard opposition research to give money to a Russian-backed firm in order to find, in order to fund salacious claims about your running mate and the future president of the United States. It's absolutely not, standard opposition research to deploy operatives to London and Russia in an international conspiracy. This is, again, they are trying to spin this, and I believe a lot of the media is picking up on this. They're like, oh, this is just classic, Oppo research. No. This is way deeper than that. If you are outraged about the Donald Trump Jr. meeting in Trump Tower, this is just as outraging of an incident.
Exactly. Classic opposition research. No one is surprised. Are you guys hiding anything
pretty surprised.
else? I know.
Yeah.
It's what else are you hiding then?
Yeah.
If no one was surprised by this, is there something bigger that they're not supposed to be surprised about? Anyway, that's a totally ridiculous statement.
Yeah.
The fact that Stephanie Ruhle let that go on for too long just shows the media bias. But now we're going to go to number one, where Brian Fallon tweeted a series of tweets on the same topic, the Trump dossier, and he goes into it. He really goes into it.
Yeah, he does. So you should have the tweets up there in front of you. And basically what it is so Brian, I just want you guys to imagine this. Imagine if the Trump campaign manager, if like Corey Lewandowski or Paul Manafort or Kellyanne Conway had tweeted after the Trump Jr. meeting, I didn't know about the Trump Jr. meeting, but if I had, I would have accompanied him and made sure that we got as much information on crooked Hillary as possible. The media would have lost its damn mind. That's basically what's happening here. Brian Fallon, the campaign spokesman for Hillary Clinton, is defending the DNC and the campaign's funding of Russian operatives of a Russian firm in order to gather information on the president. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier. This is not standard opposition research. And I'm willing to bet that Brian is going to get a free pass for defending, not illegal activity, but definitely morally bankrupt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Morally bankrupt. And to say that you knew that anyone paid off this entire situation, it doesn't matter that you didn't know how much these people were paid. It matters that you knew that these people were paid. Brian Fallon, how dare you say that? You think that you're a legitimate journalist to go on Twitter and to tweet these things? Makes no sense. That is not, like Saga was saying, not standard operating procedure. This should not be a precedent for any future campaigns. To let this go is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, like Fallon he was the former campaign spokesman, but it's just again, like he's going to get the free pass. He's going to get the free pass, and it just shows you the exact double standard that exists in our media today.
Right. So with all those double standards taken apart by today in media, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You can follow me at Julia_Nista.
I'm at Esaagar, ESAAGAR.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.